What's going on, YouTube?
It's your boy T-Roy.
I'm Jermaine, and this is Tromain. Back at it again with your coronavirus edition. Free agency NFL coronavirus edition. What is going on, T-Roy? What's up, man?
Well, I just knew we had to do a video on the craziness of
between the coronavirus and this week, in the updates that I've been getting, it's been out of control. So let's get into it. Who's on deck first?
Well, first I was nice to you. I was gonna put your team first. I was like, so let's talk about
Go Birds.
You guys finally getting the secondary.
We finally getting some secondary back there.
Darius Slay. One of the most underrated cornerbacks in the league.
And I saw that with this deal, he is now the highest paid cornerback in the league.
He had kind of a down year last year. He had 46 combined tackles, 2 interceptions.
Okay.
And his deal is 3 years, $50 million.
That sounds right.
Over half of it, I want to say 60%, $30 million is guaranteed.
Whew, 30 mil.
That's a
30 mil guaranteed for 3 years, $10 million a year.
It's interesting because they traded for him, and it's not like he was an unrestricted free agent.
I'm not gonna say he wasn't needed. We definitely needed some help in the secondary back there, and so he will be a fine addition to the team.
It's still weird though, because your O-line is starting to age. I'm pretty sure you guys, Jason Peters they let him go.
Did they?
Yeah, they did.
It's been a wild week, man.
It has been such a wild week that there are so many trades that most people just don't know that happened.
Right, because I didn't hear about Jason Peters at all.
Because they just slide under the table. And you guys, the Vitae tackle, he signed with someone else.
What is happening? Listen, I guess I haven't been getting enough updates on my NFL.
Listen, I'm telling you, it's so many big trades that happen that you can't tell that the smaller ones actually happen at all.
That's insane. Golly. All right, so we got Darius Slay. Who else? Who else are we talking about today?
Well, we also got, okay, let's get this out the way. The biggest trade in probably the last 5 years.
You're talking about Big Dick Nick. I like it. Yeah. No. Who are we talking about?
But okay, it's we're talking about DeAndre Hopkins.
That's not where I thought you were going to go, but I'll take it. DeAndre Hopkins, which was a big trade. Keep going.
To the Arizona Cardinals for David Johnson. Most people don't know this. It wasn't just a one-off trade. The Texans gave DeAndre Hopkins and a 4th-round pick. For David Johnson, and the Cardinals got a 2nd-round pick, a 6th-round pick, and a 4th-round pick in 2021.
Jesus, that's a lot.
That's not really a lot when you consider he's the number 1 receiver in the league.
That's a lot of bodies, though. That's a lot of picks. Go over those picks again. So we got
the Cardinals get a DeAndre Hopkins.
They get DeAndre Hopkins.
A 4th-round pick.
A 4th-round pick.
The Texans get a 2nd-round pick, and I'm sorry, just a 4th-round pick, but the 4th-round pick is in 2021.
A 2nd round.
There's no
4th
6th-round pick
in 2021.
Yes.
Okay. All right. I mean, listen, I like DeAndre Hopkins. His hands are unbelievable.
Listen, he has over 100 receptions, 1,100 yards last year, 7 TDs.
It wasn't terrible. It wasn't a terrible season. It was better than 4. You know who did that.
Shut up.
Okay. Keep going.
I hate you.
Keep going.
Who's up? Well, we still got to talk about this, because David Johnson.
Yeah, sure. We'll talk David Johnson. We didn't give him enough credit.
Had some pretty low numbers. Wasn't really the featured back last year. He had 345 yards, 370 reception yards. Here's the thing that surprised me that I didn't.
I'm not going to lie. Listen, keep going.
Thing that surprised me, guess how much he was scheduled to make in 2020?
How much was he scheduled to make, Joy?
$10 million.
Ooh.
Yes.
For 300 yards?
People forget, a couple years ago, he had 1,000 rushing and receiving yards in the same season.
Jesus, man. What happened this season? How did he end up with 300 yards?
So, about 2 years ago, the year after he had his big season, his big contract year season, broke his wrist, didn't really play a lot of games. And then going into that season, they traded for Kenyon Drake from Miami, and they kind of made him the featured back.
Right. Okay.
So, it wasn't even that David Johnson he just wasn't even getting the amount of reps that you would expect a running back who's making over $10 million.
Right, $10 million, right? He's just not getting touches. He's okay. All right.
So I understand why they traded him. I understand why they took the deal, because let's be clear, the Texans clearly made out.
Yes, the Texans definitely won on that deal.
They get everything the Texans lost on that deal is what you mean to say.
Yes, sorry. Yes. Yeah, no. The Cardinals won.
The Cardinals
won on that deal with Hopkins and all those picks. Crazy.
They get a number 1 receiver for their young Kyler Murray, and they give rid of a contract that they didn't really want to be in.
Right, with David, who's pulling 300 yards.
You don't want to pay someone 7 figures.
Listen, for $10 million, you don't need, listen, I will take $10,000. I can go run 300 yards.
Until you get to yard 20 and your knee explodes.
What are you talking about? My knees are fine. Don't put my business out there in the streets like that. Right?
All right. We'll just move on from that one.
All right, we'll move on. I could do it. I could do 300 yards. It might take me a year and a half, but I could do it.
Did you mean 10 years?